Howdy, y'all. I'm Manuel Navarro. Some people call me Manny. I'm a design director and a principal at IA Interior Architects in Austin, Texas. And I'm so happy to be here today with Design Milk for DMTV Milkshake. They put together a list of questions that I'm going to answer for y'all at random, and I put them into my Stetson hat. Before we get going, I just want to let you know that I am coming to you live from my little house in Marfa, Texas, which is my little respite and my escape from all the madness out there in the world. And a little bit about IA Interior Architects. We're a group of designers and architects, and we design hospitality interiors, retail interiors, and workplace interiors. I specifically focus on workplace interiors, and so I'll get going. So here are the questions. I put them in my Stetson hat, and I will pick one at random. All right. What physical space, such as a room, a church, a museum, a barn, a natural spot, that has filled you with the most joy? I think the place that has given me the most joy throughout my life is visiting the Manny Museum in Houston, Texas. That's where I grew up, and there's just something really magical about that space that Renzo Piano designed back, I think, in the early 80s for the Manny family. It's a private collection of art, but the way that he treated the ceiling creates this amazing light that comes into the space. And then also the way he stained the pine floors allows you to see how the people circulate through the space. So as people go through the space and all the galleries, you see the wear and tear of the floor, and you see the natural wood come through the floor, which is, to me, really an interesting aspect of human behavior and just seeing how people occupy space. There is also another part of that museum that was built later on called the Cy Twombly extension, and that place is just pure magic. There's this massive wall-to-wall Cy Twombly painting that is absolutely incredible and actually challenges you how to create a space around a piece of art. Okay, next question. What do we lose when we work remotely? I feel like we miss out on the simple, mundane pleasures of life. Just the simple, hey, how's it going? The miscellaneous casual encounters, and I'm not talking about the Craigslist kind. It's really just the simple thing of I like your new haircut, I love your shoes. The sense of smell, sense of camaraderie is something that we really miss when we are all working from home. And it's really hard to replicate those things via Zoom and Teams as we are doing today. And I'm really excited about getting back to the workplace, into our office very soon, so we can have those connections again. All right, next question. From a design perspective, what goes into creating a best place to work? Well, I think it's a little bit of magic for the group of people that you bring together into the workplace. I love our team so much that we have a great camaraderie and a sense of humor with each other. I think we also mix it up with a little bit of mystery. You never know when you're going to walk into a prank into the office, and miracles, because I think that we're not saving people's lives in what we do, we enrich people's lives. And I think that seeing the faces of people when they walk into their space after we've been working on it for months to years on these spaces, it's really transformative. And to me, that's like a little miracle. It's like giving birth to a baby, in my opinion. Okay, next question. Where's your favorite place to work? It's been really interesting over the past year that I've been able to spend a lot of time here in Marfa and work remotely and be able to do my job, although I miss my teammates a lot. I would have to say that working from here is really special because I can leave my door, walk down the street, and grab a cup of coffee very easily, as opposed to being in Austin where I have to get in my car. And here in Marfa, everyone kind of knows your name, especially if you've been here for a while. So it's a very small town feel, and I think that that's really something that's missing, at least in my life, that I've noticed after being able to work from here for quite a bit of time. Next question. What was the last building you entered that changed your mind about something? I recently took 2 weeks off from work and I traveled to LA and Palm Springs. And while I was in LA, I went to Santa Monica and went to the Proper Hotel designed by Kelly Wearstler. And that place was absolutely incredible. There was this sense of unexpected arrival off the street and a delightful departure. And that whole place was just so well thought out from beginning to end, that whole experience of the smells, the textures, the groupings of furniture. And that's something that really kind of I've remembered, and I want to start recreating those moments for my clients and for myself as well. Just thinking about my day-to-day and that sense of ritual in the morning and how I end my day. I think that's something that I need to start taking into consideration to really kind of bring a sense of meaning to, or elevate my day-to-day, I should say. All right, I guess it looks like we're at the last question. How will the workspace of 2022 look compared to the pre-pandemic workspace of 2019? I'm not a clairvoyant or a mind reader, but I have this trusty, massive selenite sitting next to me, and the energy that it's feeding into me right now is saying that the open office workplace is really going to have to become much more flexible and agile than it ever was before. Typically we weren't designing open office workspaces to accommodate a ton of virtual collaboration and face-to-face via online calls. And so that's definitely going to transform, at least in the short term, in creating spaces that are good with acoustics, great for lighting, for when you're on camera so you don't look like crap. And I think just the equity within the experience of people being in the office and being at home is going to be challenged. And it's going to be a very difficult thing to resolve. I also think that we need to create spaces that people really want to come to every single day. I think that experience, going back to the Proper with Kelly Wearstler, she created such an amazing and special, experience that makes me want to go back there. And I feel as though that we need to start creating this story within workspaces that resonate beyond the 8 hours that you're there and really drive people back into the office. I also think that the ability for flexibility, working remotely, is going to continue, and there are going to be people that want to be in the office full time Monday through Friday, but there is going to be a contingent of people that want to have a lot of flexibility to come in on the days that they want, and or stay home whenever they want, to be flexible with the kids or do errands. So I think it's going to be finding a blend of how we can accommodate the best of both worlds, which there's not going to be one right answer. And I feel like 2022 is going to be a year that is almost like a little laboratory. We're going to test out several ideas and iterate and evolve those. And hopefully by the time we're in 2023, we'll have new answers to new questions. I really appreciate the time that y'all spent with me. Thank you so much, Design Milk, and we'll talk to you later. Bye, y'all.